Hi everyone, and welcome to Kirby Deluxe's True Arena, this time with rubbish commentary. I'm doing this with no abilities. As you see, that Rome has a lot of abilities. I'm not going for any of them. No abilities. First boss up is, as you can see, Painter EX. Cool reference to Drossia from Canvas Curse, as you find out in a boss lore page. If you pause the game during the boss fights. It's not really that bad. Like, all these bosses can, like, it's pretty easy to take damage on all of them, but, like, and this boss isn't too bad. On to phase 2. She comes in from the background and tries to aim for where she thinks you're gonna go, so watch out. Here she covers middle of the screen with paint, so you can't see the middle painting. So if both left and right paintings look real, if both of them look identical, then the middle one has to be the fake. Here you can only see the bottom of the paintings that she draws, so that makes it a bit trickier to tell which one's real, which one's not, but still managed to avoid it. No, please stop putting paint over my 3DS screen. It's really expensive to buy this recording console. This attack, I think this is the first time I saw it. I saw her use this attack, so I just guarded out of reflex. That's another good tip. You should just, if you think you're gonna get hit by an attack, just guard. It will deal a lot less damage to you. Boss 1, that's Painter done. Didn't intend to rhyme. Pick up the maximum tomat. Just not obviously not to use in this wave. This mini boss rush is the 2 mini boss rounds are definitely the easiest. Just picked up the maximum tomato just to have it in reserve at all times, in case I make any stupid mistakes. This is Mr. Frosty DX. He has a very nice prominent bum. He enjoyed showing it off a lot. Flame Galboros, or Flame Glumbus, as I referred to him to myself for the longest time, because it sounded funny. Creates a lot of fire shockwaves in his DX form. Otherwise, not too bad, as with all the mini bosses. Can catch you off guard first few times you face them with their remixed attacks, but once you get they're definitely easier to get their pattern down than the proper DX bosses. Gargantedge, he's gold. Creates a bunch of shockwaves with his sword. very, very high quality commentary, as you can tell. Stating obvious. Blocky DX, he has one attack that is pretty tricky, that he'll do pretty soon after this attack. And there you go, he goes into the background and tries to slam his head down on you, so you run all the way to one side of the screen, lure him there, and then run all the way to the other side, and you can follow him and deal quite a good amount of damage to him, and that's all mini bosses of Wave 1 done. Next is Snake. Step on the snake. Your feet with his metal coils. This boss, probably because I already battled him in Planet Robobot's Arena, I'm used to most of his attacks. Like here, he's a good attack. He's really fun to dodge, and you can deal a lot of damage to him. And then run into him like a dolt. Yeah, I already fought this dude in Planet Robobot's Arena, and in that game in general, so I'm more used to his attack patterns. Here you can cheat out the attack by just floating. Tries to jump at you with his head, but yeah, floating seems to avoid that as well. In this attack you stay not all the way to the left or right corner, just almost all the way to the opposite corner that he's in. Here in this attack looks really funny, I find. He just pokes his little head out. This attack does a lot of damage to you, and I'd say is definitely his hardest to avoid attack. Not a good combination. I kept on trying to slide away from the attack, but as you can see in previous parts, it never worked. And if you manage to dodge it once, he does it 2 more times. He does it 3 times in total, as if like it wasn't hard enough to dodge it once. Here he tries to trick you by doing a jump. Once again guarding when I think I'm about to take unavoidable damage, so... Here I make a really terrible mistake. No, I don't want fire ability. Go away. Nothing against fire ability, I just don't want to use any abilities. And hopefully because I didn't use any, I didn't actually use fire, I got rid of it immediately. Hopefully it doesn't count against my run, hopefully this still counts as a no copy ability run. Really hope. Next is everybody's favourite boss, Pre-VTuber. Frog. Everybody loves how he goes into the background for like a millennium. This tongue attack I also find really tricky to dodge, but as you can see it barely does any damage, so I think it does more damage if you're not as good at mashing the D-pad, but you're almost likely way better than me at mashing the D-pad. I don't think I'm that good at it at all, and I still barely took any damage from that attack. Summons magma pillar dudes. Dive down underneath the magma. Try and make you forget where the safe space is, but This isn't too bad to dodge. This bit's a bit tricky to move. He tried to trick you by moving left and right. You have to follow the safe spot, and there you go, that's not avoided. I'd definitely say Pyramid is one of the harder DX bosses, one of the harder opponents in general you'll face in this true arena, not counting the final four, the Nightmare Four as they're called in the pause screen description. While Paintra just puts paint on the screen, which is a bit of a pain to clean, Pyramid burns, like he singes your screen, which is irreparable. So that's another reason to love him. Pyramid is the best, please. Here, when he lands, he creates some lava fellas, so watch out. They give you enough time to suck up the stars he leaves behind, spit a bullet at him, and then run away, so isn't too bad. And that's Pyramid done. Pyramid is dead. Next is Kracko. Good lad, Kracko. First phase is, in my opinion, really easy. Apart from Waddle Doo, he drops strongest enemy in the game, Waddle Doo. His powerful beam attack. So, watch out for that. Watch out for Waddle Doo. Oh no, there he is again. This attack always seems to get me. He just casually never dives into me, I think. He just casually bumps into me while moving back to his middle position. Now we're into phase 2, which, as you all already know, is much harder than phase 1. As it should be, because it would be weird if a boss got easier the further you got along with them. Dives towards the screen. Random bit of trivia, I think it's really weird how they censored the American version of this game's cover art by removing the shot cannon shooting a cannonball at the screen in like the corner of the box art. That's strange how it's only censored in America. I don't know, that's like, watch out for the coconut. Coconut stays on the ground as like a trap. It stuns you, hurts you more than you'd expect a coconut to hurt you. And since it stuns you, it'll probably cause you to miss the cannon and also get hit by Kracko's screen-filling, undodgeable lightning attack. No, I shot in the wrong direction. Watch out for coconut. There's like a Dragon Ball Goku Spirit Bomb. Not too bad to dodge. Watch out for the electric shockwave, the electric residue he leaves behind. Well, here I kind of mess up a bit. Here's how he actually won the attack. He moves and then pauses and then just darts super quick to where you are. So when you see him pause, float at the top of the screen. When you see him pause, then fall as fast as you can to the bottom. Obviously not into the pit, because watch out for the pit as well, because lightning attacks can easily stun you and knock you into the pit, and that isn't good. Anyway, that's Krako done. Next is the second wave of mini-bosses. Don't need to heal really. Could heal, don't know, it doesn't really matter either way. Just decided not to. Grand Wheelie. He's a wheel. Very good commentary, high quality commentary, as you'd expect from me. Dives once and then dives twice at you. Try and again catch you off guard. As you can see, like, I recommend this info on this and no copy ability run. I still suck up the bosses to use them as a bullet against the next mini boss. I always do that, it's like a pretty good trick. Monkey. This is Monkey. Coconuts aren't as dangerous as they are in the Krako fight, and that's Monkey done. Next is the Golden Beetle from Animal Crossing. This is either him taking his revenge on me for catching him in that game, or me taking my revenge on him for being so tricky to capture. I don't know. Anyway, that's him almost done. Hornhead. And that's all the mini bosses done. Every single last one. Now the final opponent that we have to face before the Nightmare 4 is Wispy Woods, or Flowery Woods in this game. I actually count him as being in the same difficulty tier as Pirabit when it comes to the pre-Nightmare 4 bosses. Don't know why, I just seem to struggle with the harder variants of Wispy. Like, I struggle a lot with Parallel Woods from Star Allies, struggle a lot with Wispy Woods EX from Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Don't find Clanky Woods 2.0 that bad from Planet Robobot though. I'd grade Flowery Woods as being not as difficult as Parallel Woods from Star Allies, not as difficult as Return to Dreamland's Wispy Woods EX, but harder than Robobot's Clanky Woods. Because he like creates so much stuff for you to have to avoid. Like, you see how much stuff he spit. There's the spit, there's all the Gordos, all the giant pollen. How much rubbish he like covers the screen with. This attack I find really easy to avoid, and he drops a lot of stars, so you can deal a ton of damage to him when he gets to this point in the fight. And that's all the bosses done, all the regular bosses that you have to face in a random order each time. This is Nightmare 4, which always starts off with Zectonia DX here. I usually manage to beat this boss with barely taking any damage, if any at all, but spoiler alert, I do really bad this time. So it's a good thing that I heal just to be safe. Music is really, really good. I love the theme song of this boss. Love the theme songs of all Kirby bosses. This one especially is one of my favourite. Called Dirty and Beauty or Solid Grace. Most Kirby songs seem to have multiple titles for some reason. Sliding is very useful against attacks like this, I find. She teleports around trying to shock you with lightning. Sadly didn't get the perfect music sync, and the guitars start when you get to phase 2. I still think it's good enough music sync. Not perfect, but still pretty good. I love it when the guitars kick in as soon as the second phase starts, as you see in the story mode playthrough when the regular arena fight of this boss. I managed to pull off. Then jump. Clear out these ant dudes as fast as you can. Prioritise sucking in any ant that isn't the small little blue one, because the star bullets from the blue one will disappear as soon as it hits the first enemy, whilst all the other star bullets will go through everyone and take out all the ants for you. I'm doing really bad against this boss. Last time I fought her, I beat her without her dealing any damage to me. Here I'm just messing up a ton. Just bumping into her and the ant minions. That was a pretty fair and square hit there on me. Or fair and puffball shaped. Could slide to avoid this attack, but I'm not risking it. I don't know, I might fall off the edge. And that's phase 2 done. Watch out. If you're in the middle when she does that gem smash attack, it deals a lot of damage to you. Sliding's really good against this attack. Wait until she stops laughing and teleports into the foreground, and then Sleed. Summons more Ant-Men, more Ant Dudes. She usually takes them out herself, but it's better for you to take them out, just to be extra safe. More sliding. Tries to trick you, but no, can't trick me. And that's her done. I definitely say Queen Zectonia DX is the easiest of the Nightmare 4 bosses. So, yeah. Next is Shadow King. Okay. And I just had to. The reason why I paused there was because I had to take some acid reflux medication. Not very fun. But anyway, here's Shadow DDD. Also has a really good boss theme. First phase I don't find too bad, but can still be pretty tricky, and attacks deal a lot of damage to you if he hits you. That hammer attack takes a while for someone to get used to, because if you try to jump over him, he instead does like a jumping hammer slam. Try and jump over him when he does that attack. That's his hammer done. No, you destroyed my hammer, no. I'm really mad. Here's, I've got an axe. The axe you a question. This attack, like, does more damage than his other attacks. If he hits you with it, so just float in the air. That's just a pretty fair hit on me. Good job, Shadow DDD. Here, he can't jump all the way to the right, from the left corner to the right corner, or from the right to the left. He has to like do a jump to the middle first, so keep that in mind. He does the dark matter stomach mouth attack. I think it's a pretty cool reference. This bit, stay above him, otherwise I honestly have no idea how to dodge that attack. If you're underneath him, you get hurt, and as you can see, the darkness spearsy suits are absolutely massive. That's him anyway, and that's Shadow DDD dealt with. And next is Dark Meat Knight. Dark Meat Knight's Revengeance. Definitely, I'd say, the second most tricky boss in the game. He bleeds at you at first, and then darts towards you super fast, so all the other knights in the Kirby game series, only on the second to last night fights. They're really tricky to deal with first time you face one. But once you get one down, all the others are not easy, but easier to deal with. I struggled a lot with Galactonite from Planet Robobot, but once I got his pattern down, Star Allies and this game's night fights are definitely helped me with them. Here he splits himself into 3 mirror copies. I don't bother keeping track of which one's real, which one's not. I just focus on avoiding them all. Here you can see you slide. Then I try to slide, but my timing's off, so I get hit by the 3 of them. Thankfully doesn't deal too much damage. You can dodge an attack by sliding again, but I just messed up the timing really. The swords that he creates from the ground, he barely gives you any time at all to avoid. So watch out for that. Yeah, these knights love to run at you, and if you're afraid of them and try to run away, they'll probably hit you. So try to stand your ground against them. This Tornado Twister attack is one of his easiest to dodge, I find, in my opinion. Another good thing that the knights do is they love blocking all your attacks. so you have to be patient, especially patient against them. This attack, coming in from the background, try sliding again. And he tries to land on you. Spoon! And that's Dark Meta Knight done. That's him dealt with. Next is the true final boss of the game. A boss exclusive to the True Arena. And what I definitely call the hardest boss in the game. Taranza's final words and offerings can no longer reach her ears. The former queen has become a pitiable husk in the throes of madness after losing everything. She has consumed the world, and all she has left to cling to is her vanity. This is Soul of Sectonia, the game's true final boss. As I said, she's definitely the trickiest opponent out of all the bosses in the game, I find, which, as the secret soul boss, it should be. Try shooting your star bullets from one side of the screen to another. Hopefully, if you get lucky, you'll hit her twice. Be super careful of these lasers, they deal a lot of damage to you, as Kirby lasers often do. But more than the lasers, watch out for not these vines are pretty not that bad to dodge in my opinion, but they are exclusive to the soul fight. Now, see summons all 4 of her little bud pals, little buddies. And you get her to like just above half health, rather than when you get her to like about quarter health, as she does in the story mode. This attack, watch out for that. Watch out for the electric coconut she shoots, and also be really wary of the fire coconut she fires off later on. These can easily stun you. When you stun you if they hit you, and they can easily knock you into the bottomless pit. They can either cause you to lose your ability, if you have any, or even worse, lose your life by stunning you so you can't move and knocking you into the bottomless pit. So that's definitely the biggest danger in this fight. This attack's really cool, but also pretty tricky to dodge. Now we're on the final phase. Here, just float in the air and like dive downwards when they pause. More vines when they turn red, they are about to dive at you, and they come at you in the order they appear in. This laser attack is very tricksy. She shoots at the top of the screen first, which catches a lot of people off guard. because that's where you usually stay to avoid that attack. And it also probably does the most damage out of all her attacks, if you don't count the insta-kill pits. I saw that she can shoot the top of the screen multiple times, but she didn't do it to me this time, so watch out for that. Here she shoots at the bottom, so hover over it, shoots at the top, so duck, and then shoots 2, so float in the middle. This attack almost kills me, as you can see. There's so much stuff to avoid. The fireball stuns me and almost sends me plummeting down into the pit. Luckily, I managed to catch myself on the very edge. That was very close. This attack's very tricky to dodge, so I just block. Here, I take some damage because I thought that last star bullet would finish off, so I full heal just to be extra safe, even though that's her almost defeated. And that's her done. That's the True Arena finished. Congratulations, you win. Here is your grand prize. She's fed off countless hosts and now cannot remember her true form. A voice called out to help her, but has since fallen silent. Before the night ends, she must be given her eternal beauty sleep. So this is so it actually isn't the end when you take care of her first phase. This phase is exclusive to the True Arena, and will probably catch you off guard if you're playing this blind. Teleports around, darts in from the background. She can bump into you, so be careful, stay grounded. This paint attack from Jeicccat is like if she shoots upwards, stay in the left or right corners. If she shoots left, stay in the left corner. If she shoots right, stay in the right corner. That's how I avoid that attack. She summons thorny vines this time, try to lure them to destroy any ant dudes that are in your way. The golden ants have a ton of health. They can survive like a star bullet, like a large star bullet, whilst only other ants can't. So be extra careful of them. Almost got hit there, but didn't. Darts in, summons some more ants. Summons lasers, as do all the Kirby soul bosses it seems. Stay in the middle and float. Stay in the middle but stay on the ground as well. And then go slightly to the left or right to avoid the third set of lasers. Now she'll dart in again. Just does it 5 times. 3, 4, 5. And then teleports in and does the Mark Soul Cutter attack. That's another iconic soul attack that Kirby bosses love to do. Does it 3 times, and then the 3rd time he tries to trick you by fake teleporting about, and there you go. It can do a lot of damage to her, as it did here, by sucking up the cutters. And now she's turned into the sun. This attack is, I think it's called Bound Pound, And she hops around trying to scare you. Don't think she can actually hit you there. Here she can hit you when she tries to land on you. And then she tries rushing you from the side. And finally, she tries to ram you 3 times from the background. More lasers, stay in the middle, then float in the middle, and again go to the left or right, slightly to the left or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, that's her done. Queen Tectonia's tragic story is finally at an end. And she leaves behind a single blue petal. There you go, that's the true arena dealt with. True arena done for reals this time. My time was probably completely rubbish, but I wasn't aiming for a good time, I was just aiming for beating it without any copy abilities, so that's good enough for me, I guess. Sorry for the terrible commentary as usual, and yeah. 100% clear! Congratulations! I don't turn on and never turn on Street Pass rankings for this game. There you go, that's your little cutscene reward for finishing the game 100%. Love the keychains I get here. Get cute little Chip, my favourite little enemy, favourite little guy. Squeaker, get like the bird, I forgot their name, but they're cute, and little mini Kirby, which is always cute. Another reward you get for 100% in the game is Kirby becomes Hypernova, Rainbow Kirby, on the title screen. As you can see here, DDD appears on the title screen once you finish DDD tour, and the blossoms only appear once you finish story mode for the first time. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this terrible video, and hope you all have a wonderful everyday.